Hello.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. All right. How about yourself?
Richard told me that you were being held back from finding employment.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Not surprising.
not surprising, right? Yeah, it's me. It's other people. I think I affect my father too, because basically whenever he makes money, I make money. So so it hasn't been an easy 2 years for me. But what can you do, right?
It says, ask and you shall receive. The question is knowing how to ask.
Yeah.
But you can't ask alone.
Well, my imagery has just been the farm and helping out up there. So I guess whatever it takes to get there is what that's all I'm kind of worried about, focusing on right now. You know.
Right now, I'm being told by the insurance there is problem. Rumors. I've asked them to describe what that problem be. They said, well, they haven't come to that conclusion. They just want me to know that they're working. But hey, I get visitors from all over the world.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes. Yes.
Insurance company rule government.
How'd you figure out that connection, by the way?
Through the accidents that were orchestrated that caused tickets given out, guilty take place for accidents that did not occur. Action, government by the insurance company. When the insurance agent called them up and said, yeah, I know it was sort of an accident. There's no claim. There's not even a person complaining. There's no damage done. The other end, who is this? I said, well, I don't know exactly how to describe them. There were three of us there, two with beards. And I guess the only way I could describe them is as a commune. Two guys living on a commune. Two guys, about 15 people in your family running an insurance agency out of an old house in downtown Kempville, and you call us commune? The amount of the insurance got doubled, then quadrupled. And the connection for the cell became clear between what the police do gets activated by what the courts do. The insurance company is the beneficiary who then kicks back to the policeman.
Yeah, the just us system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Not like Mexico where they have to go out and for a bribe on the street. Here they're a little more sophisticated, but the purpose is the control.
Yeah, here they just keep better records over here, that's all.
Banks do similar activities by saying, if you receive $100 American or Kealey papers, you can put it in the account, but it's not applicable for a month. But in fact, you cash it in 2 days. 3 days at most if there's a weekend.
Right.
So you have the money. He said, yeah, but that's our policy. So your policy is to operate a slush fund. Stealing interest off of $500 may not sound like much. If you multiply it by a few million people every day,
yep,
quite a slush fund you have for bribing politicians, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they do with throughout the different countries and of the different time zones, different banks closing different times. They could mess up the rates, and all that stuff. So
whenever the interest rates go up, they tack on a little more than what it went up for themselves.
Yep.
The spread always expands.
Right. Yeah.
Insurance companies and banks basically working together. Our religion, the old days, used to depend upon voluntary donation. Now they give you an envelope. You have to write in what you're giving.
Wow.
Pressure parishioner. That's another tool. Then you have the telephone. It does the same thing. They get the government to give them rate increase. Then you have the hydro company. Subdivide now between making from the transportation and the retail sale. Each one makes profit, getting you the power, but they never apply for rate increase at the same time. So the other two are always saying, well, not us.
Right. Yep.
That's how the system works. Insurance is, of course, the highest ranking. They have the most information, since most people want to cover what they own. Sure, they're not cut short. Tell the insurance company everything.
Yep.
The insurance company knows more than the tax company, or more the bank does.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, they know. You can even insure personal belongings, your apartment, everything that's in there. So yeah, they wouldn't have access to that unless.
I had a guy that I was helping out in Oshawa who was fighting an insurance company because they hadn't paid him at a fire. Matter of fact, they blamed him for arson. 7 years later, insurance company, we were forced to pay out. Well, the payout was the amount they should have paid when the fire occurred. It was 7 years earlier, $37,000. The judge awarded $37,000. But in fact, they had taken $37,000, put it in trust on the first day, and had earned $37,000 in interest during the 7 years. I said to the judge, this is crazy. This money was owed 7 years ago, and the interest on it would have been Don's here who had the money coming to him. You're not awarding him. What you're in fact saying is the insurance company got to use his money for 7 years and earn the interest on it, so they didn't even end up having to pay anything.
Right.
Judge
He didn't lose anything.
ignored what I had to say. And I said, you have two policemen who came here, and you say they lied. Well, if they lied, how come you're not filing charges again? Since when is lying in court, which has been caught by a judge, allowed to go forward without any penalty? Said that's up to the prosecutor. Not here to create trial.
That's a different trial.
Something I'm missing here.
Yeah, that's all a lawyer does for you, Tell me everything so that I can lie for you, so I know how to lie for you.
Yeah.
Oh, are you in your house right now? Or are you?
Yeah.
Do you have your DVD player remote in front of you? Or can you?
No.
No?
No. Upstairs and I'm downstairs.
Okay, because on the remote, you should have a little button that says A to B, like AB.
Yeah.
And that is basically a loop button. So the part of, say, Close Encounters that you want to rewatch over and over again, you hit it once and it'll say A. And then when you want, the part to end, you hit it again and it'll say B. And it'll keep looping A and B for that, 1-2 minutes. It'll keep playing that over and over and over again. Otherwise, if it's through a DVD, like say I sent you a copy of the DVD, you have to keep going to the menu and it wouldn't necessarily go right away.
I don't want to see the movie part. I just want to hear.
No, that's what I mean. Like if you on your remote look for A and B,
yeah,
and that's like start stop, and you just cut whatever part you want, for that sequence to come in the song. You can just have that song played over and over again by hitting the A and B button.
Okay, I'll look.
Maybe have Tommy look at it. He might be a little more familiar with it.
Yeah,
it's just A and B, and so from point A, and then it'll just record that part, and B will end the part, and it'll just keep looping it over and over again. But if I was to send a DVD out, it would keep going back to the menu, and you'd have to hit play. Then it would play for that minute, and you go back to the menu, and you hit play again. So it wouldn't actually be any different than just rewinding it. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say is it might not be as good if I sent you a DVD with just that on it, where if you have the A and B playing over and over again, that's kind of what you're looking for.
I have on my TV, there's a part that says repeat track or repeat disc. So if I have DVD that has just the music on it, I can put repeat track and I'll just play it over.
Yeah. Well, you're looking at the remote now, or are you just going by memory?
No, I'm going by memory. No, because I play music all night for Bell that's out there.
The chant music?
What I do is I choose their choice of music and I put repeat track or repeat. It plays it all night. Their favorite, Clarence, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, I've heard of them.
The record that has Looking Out My Back Door.
Seems relevant.
Their point of view is all the theater the media creates is your front door. When you're paying attention to that, they'll hit you from the rear. That's why in this particular case, creating a lot of media around hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
People are looking in that direction, flush the toilet, take some. Or versa.
Yeah. Titanic, and you're looking that way.
You're watching Lake Superior. They can blow up the Titanic, create a tsunami, send it up Lawrence.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah, I actually found
allegory.
Yeah. You actually have a pretty good post I found. I've been going through your website again. On the Titanic, I was completely titanium.
Yeah.
And they could have basically avoided it if they hit the iceberg head on, it probably would have been less damage than if it was hit on the side like they did.
Remember that masonry called themselves a craft.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the first letter, you're left with a raft.
Right.
You drop the second letter, you're left aft, rear end.
Oh, yeah. And in regards to, you were talking about the Gregorian chant the last time I spoke to you.
Yeah.
How could
have a disc which is 45 Gregorian chant. I sometimes play for the cell. It drives them. And it's hard, basically, to tell the difference between one song and the next.
Yeah.
But there is a code.
Yeah.
Rigor, of course. Rigor means regal. Regal basically means going back in black. Systems, Neanderthalers out based in Africa. Black people. Those they can't starve to death, kill through disease or war, pestilence, plan on getting them to disappear by marrying whites. Same process, bit of blacks and whites, left gray.
That's me.
And if you look gray, face, where you want to cover something, cover it up with gray. Up, usually red, gray. To look for the gray nuns, priests dress in gray, gives you an idea of.
Right, the ones that go between the black and white
are called mulatto.
Yeah.
Mulatto is Ottawa. Mulatto. Read the word Ottawa. Put it form backwards. Ottawa.
Ottawa. Yeah.
Right.
So I was thinking with the chant, I was thinking if figure out what the notes are that they're singing, maybe there's a letter code in there. No.
Yeah, there is. I'm not equipped to do the search. But I can recognize.
Yeah. It is kind of difficult. I actually have it is kind of difficult to hear, but I have a tuner that I use for my instruments, an acoustic tuner. I could probably it'd probably take a long time, but I could probably put it up to the speaker, and it would say what key it's in or what note they're singing.
You need an oscilloscope.
Yeah.
So that you could see exactly the written form.
Right. And I found out which ones were played in Close Encounter. I wrote it down. Let's see. Okay, the 5 notes the scientists play are G, A, F, octave lower, F, C.
F, D?
Yeah, F and C. Cat.
F, C at the end.
Okay, so G, A, F, F, C.
That's tag. That's gates.
Yeah. Octave lower, that just means, 8 lower. And then when they arrive at the tower and are attempting to communicate, the notes they play are B flat, C, A flat, A, and E. So B, C, A, E is the second sequence of it.
Baca Peninsula.
Is it Baca?
Low California.
Yeah, P, California. And the A and E.
A and E just means E is the plan, makes the 8. A is the joining the genders, Neanderthaler. 2 genders are leaning towards the middle head.
Right.
There's a crossbar. Same thing exists with the letter H, but they're not linked at the head.
Right.
2 people married together. Head is not touching. Hermaphrodite, head would be touching. Then in French, they use the accents. Patients.
And in the silhouette of an A, capital A, it looks like the pyramid with the eye up like on the dollar bill. The inner part of it. The inner silhouette.
Everything has double sound. Double entendre. Double understanding. One is for the one. It also has a third. Upper echelon.
Right.
That's a person French, Latin, English, and Aramaic. Hard to
is a free call.
You disappeared.
Oh, lovely phone system.
Yeah, I was going to say the closest that you could find is using the translation into English of native words. Like
native words?
Yeah. SAC, bag lady. Sacagawea.
Yeah.
Gawea, bag lady, a Jew. You.
EU, yeah. So yeah, I should also count the number of times that they play that sequence before they open the gates up, the door, you know.
Yeah.
That might be a clue of how many times you could scramble the letters up and get different meanings out of, or different,
yeah.
Or maybe the number representation of it. Like, almost need to draw it up in a grid or something. And
that's why an oscillator that gives you a paper valuable.
Write that down.
Because then you could put a light table and go back and put things one on. See the things that will relate perfectly and other things like change.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... So I think that is part of the next phase or step. I just wish I could get up there.
People who are unemployed.
Yeah, exactly.
If they were smart, they'd keep you employed.
Right? I know. It's like, I don't know.
You can never accuse them of being intelligent, yes. But
I think they're afraid of what I might do with my money. That's why.
Oh, they should be afraid of what you do without money. That's a lot more dangerous.
Right. It's more.
If they gave you money, you might use some of it. Go to the tavern.
Exactly. That's a good point, Glenn. But I just feel like because what happened, my girl, she recently got a job about a week ago. This is her first week without training, without orientation. She starts today. Basically, the graveyard shift from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. She's working, and she's working at a psych center like you're like.
Yeah.
But I believe she's in.
She just got her New York license. Until now, she couldn't even apply for a job.
They finally sent it to her?
Okay.
I remember you were telling me something. She was waiting on some papers from California.
Yeah, they finally broke down and...
Yeah.
The same thing as I signed the application for her to become a permanent landed immigrant in Canada.
Yeah.
As the sponsor. Sent it to her. She signed. Sent it back to me. It just disappeared. Just went away. Normal delivery of mail, 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing happened when the truck insurance was due bank. I didn't have the money, so she sent a check to the IPI directly to the bank. It disappeared 20 days. When it became due, if there hadn't been another meantime, it would have bounced. Fortunately, there was another deposit that covered it. By the time it got there, it had already been. But she had 4 or 5 letters that disappeared. Tracking. Don't be surprised. The post office is in on it. Blow your illusions.
Yeah, they sent me, they wanted me to work for them. They sent me some type of thing on, was it last Thursday, for an orientation. And it was, the letter that they sent was really, well, it was an email they sent me. It was kind of, like, vindictive. I don't know, like, the way that they spoke to me was like, well, if you don't want this job, we're going to take it and never talk to you again. Like, they're really, like, mean in this letter. So I was like, well, I'm not going to.
You know who they are before you join them, then shame on you if you join them.
So, needless to say, I didn't go. But I was like, wow. But my whole thing was, I don't want to. I kind of like not having the 9 to 5. So if I have to break away and like go up to you or something, I don't have to worry about waiting for a time off or something like that. So I always tend. Like, my jobs have been, since I left college, my jobs have always been pretty much independent contractor work, you know. So, like, I kind of move the way I want to move. But now, my girl has this job, which is what we needed, because she's like, well, I took the job, and you wouldn't even be able to get to Glen's if I don't have a job, but now I have a job, and you still can't get to Glen's because I'm working. But she can't apply for vacation for at least 6 months. So what I was thinking of was trying to get up there for a few days if I bring my sister and my son at the same time. That's
okay.
So I could,
as long as they let you through.
Yeah.
Don't point in this direction.
I'm going to have brochures of, like, Niagara Falls in my car. Like, I'm going to have it already, like, planned out, you know. Oh, no, I'm going to Quebec. I'm going to have, like, a whole, like, route in my GPS going in another direction. Your name and number is going to be removed from my phone. I don't know who you are. You know?
On your cell phone is deleted.
Yeah. I guess how I crossed the border, I just told them I was going to see my grandfather. That's all I said. Just like that. So I won't jinx it, but, you know, I'm used to talking to asshole law enforcement.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they've put the worst gang at.
Yeah. Especially at that entrance, I think.
For the embodiment of the word hubris.
Mm.
Hubris is the hub of the IRS.
Yeah. Well, especially coming by New York, you know, all the people. Well, either they're going to fly over there or they're driving in. So I think New York is one main place that they want to watch. And there's only a couple roads going in there, so.
Jenny said that the way they treated her.
Oh, yeah.
Is a 55-year-old woman who's director of nursing.
Right.
Has $5,000 in cash. Treated her like trash. Went through her cell phone because she had moved in January into an apartment, had rented U-Haul moved some of her stuff. They accused her of being a liar. Said, we know what you're up to. You only take the front stuff up. Got a U-Haul following someplace else. That's the... you talking?
Oh, wow.
You're a liar. You know all about it.
Like lying about what? What do you mean?
You didn't know what they were talking about at the time. It wasn't until they backed her cell phone. What the hell could they have been looking at? 6 months earlier.
But even so, if you guys are married and she was in there already, got married, they can't like what they can't really. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but they the illusion states that they can't do it.
Your husband, you're allowed to be there for 6 months. You're applying for a visa. You got to go out of the country and apply for one, which is exactly what she had in mind. Going to go to Ogdensburg. It's only an hour's drive from. Fly from there. Then she'd be able to travel on weekends, come back and forth.
Right. Oh, you're bringing your stuff. Well, it's my goddamn husband.
Yeah.
What do you? How did you think like marriage worked? You know, like.
Yeah.
God damn.
And
man.
he has a daughter that there's a problem with the daughter in pot. Get the daughter to join us here, put her in cultural college. That's a lie. Just a liar. We don't want people like you.
You and your kind.
The entire country is built by liars.
Exactly. They're just the judge of the border, right? They're just like judges at the border. They decide who goes through and who doesn't, you know? Same thing. Who goes to jail and who doesn't, or who has to pay this and who doesn't. They can measure if they have any dirt on you or anything they can consider dirt. They just want to get some money out of you.
Yeah.
And and they send you to jail. That's basically them just creating a cash cow. Because now, if you got to do anything, like look at Jared. If he has to do anything, he's got to pay all this money and humiliate himself trying to go ask people for letters about him and how good he is. Like, come on, like that's.
Patrick had the same thing. He got put in jail and cell at the airport.
Fucking 18, 19 years old? I mean,
20 years old.
20.
And then he was told, "Oh, you can come back anytime. Just tell the truth to me." Jenny? No, she's given a court order saying you can't come in for a year.
Wow.
Then you have the other guy, Andy, who basically arrives at the border and says, "I'm interested in real estate. I want to look at some." Ottawa said, "How do we know you're not moving? Got a house in India." Said, "Show us the paper." So you had to go back to the motel, get on the internet, get his mortgage papers.
Oh, wow.
Next morning he shows up, said, no, you're going to see Kealey. We saw the phone number on your...
Oh, shit, man.
Not coming in. It doesn't matter what document.
Wow.
I got to go.
All right. Okay.